trainer in Grove City, Ohio. I've been doing that professionally for about 7 years now.
How different was it to train a cow compared to a horse?
Um, it was a little different. I mean, I grew up in 4-H, so I kind of, we showed cattle, so I kind of knew how cattle work and how they kind of thought through things, but I never trained one to ride. And I would say he was probably the easier of I guess, a cow to ride because he was so quiet and easygoing. But some of the same concepts worked, so it was kind of trial and error, but we figured it out.
What age did you start training Moo?
I think it was like around 3.5, yeah.
Okay, what's one of your funniest memories you can remember with Moo?
So it was kind of my mistake. I didn't have the breeching on the saddle, and I thought I'd just go out for a quick little ride. And he was doing well, so we went down in the woods and went down this one hill, and we got about halfway through down the hill, and Moo stopped, and the saddle kept going right over top of his head. And then I look up, roll down the hill, look up, and he's just standing there like, what was I doing down there?
What was the hardest thing you accomplished when training Moo?
I think actually like finding motivation for him to go ride or go out and do something. Like we could get one lap in the arena and then he would just stop and be like, why do we have to do another one? There's no purpose in walking around again. So really I think in the early stages we just opened the gate and we said, okay, just go wherever. I don't care where you go, just go explore. And that kind of helped, you know, the training process. So he did more of the work and I was just kind of guiding him through there.
Okay, so do you want to go ahead and show us around your barn?
Sure,
Show
yeah.
us each of the horses?
Yes. We can start over here. Just go down the stall. See the little goats first. Here's some of our goats we use for brush control. So they're all about a month and a half old. We had a new one born a couple days ago. So they're fun, curious. They're good desensitizing for the horses. Real fun when they go running through the woods at us. And then Moo, who's just here obviously for a visit. And this is Tank. He's a 2-year-old Gypsy Vanner gelding. He's here to be started under saddle. And this is my personal mule, June, who is the bestest mule in the world.
What does June do?
June, so we show June in the ranch riding, the Ohio Foundation Quarter Horse series. She also does a little bit of cowboy mounted shooting. And here in a couple weeks, we're going to go to the Equine Affair for the Versatile Horse and Rider Competition, which is like an extreme cowboy race timed obstacle event.
And you have to qualify for that, right?
You have to apply, so
Okay.
they send in video and make sure you can do your thing and compete and all that. So.
Nice.
Yep. And over here, where I keep most of my training horses for the month, this block of 7. So this is Gibby. He is a Mustang from out west. I believe Nevada, I think, is where he originally came from. So he was gentled somewhere else and kind of was started under saddle, or at least wore it a couple times, and then came here to be started. This is Jack. He's a Arabian Quarter Horse cross. Again, he's here to be started under saddle. This is Cajun. He's a 15-year-old horse that kind of fell through the cracks over the years, had a real consistent training. So he's here to kind of get a refresher and learn a few new things. This one is Mia. She's a Western Pleasure bred young filly here to be started under saddle. She's super pretty and super cute. And this is Hattie. She's a Hancock bred quarter horse. Same story with her. Had some groundwork and saddling. Was here to be started on her saddle, and she leaves next week. She graduates. This is Dallas. She's a Percheron paint cross. Again, another young one. She was broke to drive before she came here, so it made my job a little bit easier. She was kind of used to wearing different type of tack and everything, so she took to riding fairly well. And last one is Pepper. Same story here. A young one who's here to be started under saddle, and she's hopefully going to have a career in cowboy mounted shooting. So that's her.
So is this your most difficult horse?
This is Valero. So I've almost had him a whole year in training in some aspect, but he's part of the Appalachian Trainer Face-Off, which is put on by the Heart of Phoenix Equine Rescue in West Virginia. So he was he is what they call an Appalachian Brumby, which is kind of like the feral horses of Southern Ohio, Kentucky, West Virginia. These horses were kind of turned out when the economy tanked, kind of back in 2008, and they've just kind of been reproducing and kind of becoming a nuisance. But he's I believe he's 11 or 12. He was a stallion up until last year. He was rounded up off of a mine site and brought in to be part of the Appalachian Trainer Face-Off, just because there's too many horses out there for the strip mine or the abandoned strip mine to adequately support them. So he's been by far the hardest. He's not convinced that he wants to live domestic life. He's going along with the program, but he just has a lot of worry to him and not totally convinced yet. But hopefully he'll come around. I mean, it's, being an 11-year-old stud out there doing his own thing for a long time has kind of been a big change for him. So after the competition in August, I just brought him back home and just kind of let him live a domestic life. Not really much training going on, just kind of coming in and out and realizing that people aren't as bad as what he may think we are. So.
I feel like this is more comfortable.
Probably
Yeah, I think so.
less restrictive, I would imagine. That was the only thing. I was like, well, we'll see if a horse saddle kind of fits on that.
I think the one that I used, I was using a rub with,
Yes.
and I think it was tension him. He didn't want to move a whole lot. And I started riding with this, and he was moving better. So then I used a thicker pad, and he'll move better in the saddle.
Yeah, you saw Whistler's pad.
So I did. I don't ride it anymore.
Yeah.